Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're on page 253 of your student journal, page 253, and our objective says, today I will choose a strategy and or an addition property to add up to 4 two-digit add-ins. Okay, so we've learned a lot of different strategies, and today we're just going to be using them. So let's look at our strategies. We've learned draw a picture strategy. Now when we draw a picture strategy, we use our base 10 blocks. So let's remind ourselves what our base 10 blocks are. We draw a square to equal 100 block. We draw a vertical line to equal our 10 rod, and we draw a colored in dot to equal a 1 unit. Okay, so that's our draw a picture strategy. We also have done our place value strategy. We've also done a number line strategy and a friendly number strategy. So those are the different strategies that we've done throughout this unit so far. And today what it says is you're going to be using those strategies. So it says I will choose. You're going to get to choose a strategy that you think works best for you. Okay? Now, I know for me, I really like these strategies. Those are my favorite strategies. Those are the ones that make the most sense to me. If you think differently, that's okay, but I'm going to choose what works best for me, and I like the draw a picture and place value strategy. Okay, it also says that we can use the properties that we just used in our last lesson to help us. Okay, so I'm going to look at our steps. Our steps say, choose the best strategy or addition property to help solve the problem. So sometimes the best strategy is the best strategy for the numbers, and sometimes it's the best strategy for you. And then we're going to solve the problem and explain the strategies or addition properties you used. Okay, so boys and girls, I'm going to get started on mine, and you're probably going to see that I'm going to use the strategies that make sense for me and that I feel confident using, okay? When you have a choice, your teacher might ask you to use set ones, or you might have to do, or you can choose, like me, the ones that you like. Okay, here's my first problem. And my first problem says 89 plus 74 plus 16. Okay, so I told you I like the draw a picture strategy and the place value strategy. The one bummer is they don't give me the place value chart that I use for those strategies. The good thing is they're not that hard to draw. They're not that hard to draw. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. And what do I notice about mine? I notice they're in the tens place, but we've been having them in the hundreds, so I'm just going to draw all of them. So I'm going to draw a big rectangle, and then I put 3 columns. Why do you think I put my 3 columns? Haven't we had 3 place values? We've had our ones, our tens, and our hundreds. So I have my 3 columns, and then I have my title. I'm going to do my work here and then my answer here. So they're not that hard to draw. Okay, so for this strategy, I think I'm going to do draw a picture strategy. I liked the draw a picture strategy. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to first do my place values, ones, tens, ones, tens. So we always do that first. We always do that first when we do our drawing strategy. Okay, now my first add-in is 89. So what does this tell me I have? It says I have 8 tens. So I can draw those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, my second add-in says I have 7 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, my next add-in says I have 1 10 and I have 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have drawn my base 10 blocks. And now I'm ready to add. Now, both my favorite strategies, you always start adding with the ones. Actually, all strategies you add with the ones. So we're going to add with the ones first. Now, I'm going to count, and I like to cross them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to stop because remember when I have 10, I'm going to bundle them and I'm going to regroup them into 110 over there. So I'm going to bundle them into 110 over there. So how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 ones left. 9 ones left. Okay, so now let's do our tens. Let's count how many of them I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm going to stop. I'm going to bundle those 10 and I'm going to add 100. Okay, how many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 tens left. And then how many hundreds do I have? Just 1. So what is my answer, or what is my sum, boys and girls? 179. 179. So what strategy did I just choose? I chose the draw a picture strategy. So I chose the draw a picture strategy because I am good at it. I'm good at this one. This one makes sense to my brain. I like this one. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, this time I have 4 add-ins. 4 add-ins. And I said I still like my 2 strategies. I like my draw a picture strategy and I like my place value strategy. So I might do my place value strategy for this, even though that means I have to draw a place value chart. Same idea though. I'm going to draw a big rectangle. I'm going to put 2 lines in the middle so I have 3 columns, and then I'm going to have a title and an answer at the bottom. So I have my ones, my tens, and my hundreds. Okay, let's label these. Ones, tens, ones, tens, ones, tens, ones, tens. Okay, so the difference is with the place value strategy, I actually write the whole number. So what do I have here? I have 1 10 and 3 ones. So 110 equals 10. So in the place value strategy, I actually write the whole number. So my second add-in has 4 tens, which is 40, and 2 ones. My third add-in has 2 tens, which is 20, and 9 ones. And my fourth add-in has 5 tens, which is 50, and 1 1. So that's how I do my step 1. I put them in expanded form, and then I'm going to always start adding my ones first. So I might put 1 and 9 first. So 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So I put 15, but is there allowed to be a 10 in the ones column? No, friends, there's not. So I'm going to take that 10 away, and that means I only have 5 left, and I'm going to bring that 10 over here. So I have 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 40 is 60, 60 plus 20 is 80, and 80 plus 50 is 130. I could have done this a different way. I could have even grouped them. I could have said, because remember I'm allowed to group them anyway, I could say 40 plus 10 is 50, because those go together nicely. 50 plus 50 is 100, plus 20 is 120, and plus 10 is 130. Isn't that kind of cool? That's that commutative property that I can put them in any order I want. It's kind of the associative too, because I grouped some together. Okay, am I allowed to have hundreds here? Nope, so I'm going to take the 100 away and I'm only left with 30 and I'm going to put the 100 over here. So my sum is 135. Okay, and what strategy did I use? I chose the place value strategy because, and it's the same reason, because I'm good at it. These are the two that I feel confident with. Good at it. I could have even said because I'm confident with it. Okay, so boys and girls, let's do some of these together. Now, when we do them together, you're going to do the strategy that I choose because we're doing them together, but when you do them on your own, you can choose a different strategy if you would like. Okay, so we are on page 254, and our first problem is 32 plus 64 plus 46. I think we should use the place value strategy. So we're going to use the place value strategy. So let's all draw, and see, I'm going to use this extra space so we have more space. A large rectangle. Okay, let's put a title on it so we can put our place values. Let's put an answer area at the bottom. So it should be a thin, a bigger, and a thin. And then we always want our 3 columns. So it takes 2 lines to make 1, 2, 3 columns. So it's not that hard to draw. Okay, and then I have my ones, tens, and hundreds. And remember, when we write our place values, we always go in this direction. Okay, so let's do our ones, tens, ones, tens, and ones, tens. So we're going to use the place value strategy, which is the one that I did in my second problem. So I have 3 tens in my first add-in, which is 30. And I have 2 ones, which is just 2. I have 6 tens, which is 60, and 4 ones, which is just 4. I have 4 tens, which is 40, and 6 ones, which is 6. Okay, and then we're ready to go. So we always start in the ones column, remember? We have 6 plus 4. I'm going to do that order first because 6 and 4 go together well. 6 and 4 is 10. Okay, plus 2 is 12. But we're not allowed to have a 10 there, so let's take the 10 away and we only have 2 left, and let's put the 10 up here. So do you see how I kind of used the associative property in that one, friends? What I did is I kind of grouped those two to add them first because 4 and 6 make 10, and then I added that. So I kind of used the associative property also, okay? And I might do the associative property over here. When I add these, I know that 60 and 40 equal 400. I'm sorry, 60 and 40 equal 100. So I might add those first. So 60 plus 40 is 100, plus 30 is 130, plus 10 is 140. But let's take the 100 away, so we only have 40 left, and let's put the 100 over here. So over here we have 100. So our answer is 142. Our sum is 142. Okay, so what property did we use? We used the place value strategy because, now obviously the because is because your teacher, meaning me, Miss Munoz, chose it, so you didn't have much choice, but I'm going to say because we're confident with it. We use the place value strategy because we feel confident with it. Okay. So if you need to pause the video, boys and girls, to get your sentence down, you can pause it. All right, let's look at our next problem. Now we have 4 add-ins. And I'm gonna just stick with my two strategies that I feel good with. So my next strategy, I'm gonna do the draw a picture. So let's make a place value chart. So a large rectangle, and I'm using this space up here. Let's make that our place value titles. And then let's make an answer area at the bottom. Now we always want 3 columns. Okay, so our place values are ones, tens, and hundreds. Let's write that on our add-ins. Ones, tens, ones, tens, ones, tens. Okay, so the difference with our place value is that when we do this, we are doing we're using our base 10 blocks. So we're not writing 10 out, we'll use a picture to show 10. So we have 3 tens, 1, 2, 3, and 3 ones. Our second add-in has 1, 2, 3 tens and 5 ones. Our next add-in has 1, 2 ones and 1, 2 tens and 7 ones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And our next add-in has 1 10 and 3 ones. Now I did mine in kind of rows. You don't need to do that. Whatever works best for you, boys and girls. Okay, so I'm going to start always with my ones first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 ones get bundled and regrouped over there. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 ones left. Okay, how many tens do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10 are going to get bundled and they get regrouped over there. So how many are left here? None, right? We don't have any left. We bundled all of them. And then over here we have 100. So our sum is 108. I really like this strategy, boys and girls. I really like this. This one works really well for my brain. Okay, I might actually write that. It works good for my brain. Okay, so what strategy did we use? We used the draw a picture strategy. Because it works well with my brain. That sounds kind of silly, huh? It's true though. This one works really well. My brain makes sense of this. I understand this one really good. Sometimes that is how math works. Is some strategies make a lot of sense to you and some you're like, that's a little bit hard for my brain. Okay, boys and girls, if you need to pause it to write your sentences, get that done, but have a wonderful day. Remember, unless your teacher tells you when you're doing it, you can use different strategies. Use strategies that work for your brain and that make sense to you and you feel confident with. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.